Well, good Friday afternoon. I'm meteorologist David Koeller. We are tracking the potential here for some strong thunderstorms, strong to severe thunderstorms as we head into the evening hours. Right now, things are quiet all across our area, but the risk for thunderstorms will be increasing once we get past about 6 or 7 o'clock here this evening. So we're going to be watching the potential for some large hail, damaging winds with the strongest of these thunderstorms. The risk is highest on the Nebraska side here as we head into the evening hours, especially from Omaha and westward. In fact, some of the strongest storms may in fact track just to the west of the Omaha metro. We'll show you the expected path of these storms coming up here in just a little bit, but just wanted to give you an update here on the potential for some strong storms as we head into the evening, since the tennis is currently covering up our normal 3 o'clock newscast. So just wanted to get you caught up on the latest forecast updates here as we head into the evening hours. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is happening right now. We do have a risk for severe weather, an enhanced risk. It's 3 out of 5 for much of central and southeast Nebraska. So we are seeing thunderstorms developing now west of O'Neill, south of Valentine, and we expect these storms to track to the south and east. So you can see this highest risk zone here from central Nebraska through Grand Island, down into Lincoln and Beatrice, down into northeast Kansas, into the Kansas City area. Omaha is really kind of on the eastern fringe of the greatest severe weather risk with this round of storms. In fact, the highest risk area is likely going to stretch from near Valentine, just east of Thedford, down into the Ord and Albion area, along and just west of Norfolk and Columbus, down into Grand Island, into Lincoln and Beatrice. As these storms drop quickly to the south and east, this is the area that will most likely have the potential for some very large hail, up to 2 inches in diameter, as well as some wind gusts of 60 to 80 miles per hour. Again, Omaha really on the fringe of this. However, if these storms take any bit of an eastward track, they could end up in the Omaha metro. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch that has been issued out for central and northern Nebraska that goes until 9 o'clock this evening. This does include Norfolk and Columbus. Right now, the Omaha and Lincoln areas are not included in this severe thunderstorm watch. However, additional severe thunderstorm watches will likely be issued as we head through the rest of the evening, likely with a 2 or 3 hour heads up to the potential for some of those stronger thunderstorms. So right now, the strongest storms are out here in north central Nebraska, south of Valentine, just east of Thedford, northwest of Broken Bow, and west of Ord and O'Neill, with a few scattered showers kind of developing here just north of Grand Island to the west of Columbus. These scattered showers here are not severe, but there may be a little bit of lightning and thunder in that activity. So a little closer look at these thunderstorms as they are right now. You can see the strongest storms there in north central Nebraska. That's where we do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. One severe thunderstorm warning for Logan, Thomas, Blaine counties until 4 o'clock for the potential of some golf ball sized hail there. Go ahead and zoom in a little bit on these thunderstorms. You can see the strongest storm just southeast of Thedford, northwest of Victoria and Broken Bow. Also have another pretty strong thunderstorm southwest of Ainsworth. That's tracking to the east and southeast. Likely some hail with these thunderstorms right now. You can see those pinks and purples showing up right there, even a little bit of white. That's a good indication of some fairly large hail. So we come in a little bit closer, we can see where these storms are. Again, if we put this into motion, you can see that they are tracking to the east and likely going to begin to turn more to the southeast here as time goes on. So that's going to take them toward Norfolk and Columbus here over the next couple of hours. And if we put a storm track on this, moving them off to the southeast about 40 to 45 miles per hour, brings it into the Columbus area by about 6 o'clock. So I expect 5 to 6 o'clock we'll have some stronger thunderstorms in the Norfolk and Columbus area. And then by about 7 o'clock, that would bring it into the Lincoln area. That would also include the Omaha metro if they manage to stretch that far east. So right around Lincoln, up into Gretna, Ashland, Wahoo, and into the Omaha metro by about 7 o'clock if these storms remain on the same path. Now again, they're currently moving east-southeast, but we expect them to turn more to the south as time goes on. So that could potentially lead to those storms diving just west of the Omaha Metro. But until we see that exact track, they could still make more of a track like this, which would certainly bring the potential into parts of the Omaha Metro. Right now, though, we're looking at some pretty quiet conditions over Omaha. Partly cloudy skies, some blue sky there over downtown. We've had some clouds rolling on through. It's certainly warm out there, 85 degrees. Dew points are in the 50s, though, so the humidity is not too thick, at least not just yet. The humidity has been on the rise throughout the day, and that's going to help to fuel some of those thunderstorms as they move our way later today. Currently 89 in Lincoln, so a little bit warmer to the west and southwest of Omaha. And these higher temperatures here, this little nose of warmer weather, 89 to 92 in Fall City, that's likely going to lead to those storms tracking just south and southwest of Omaha, but they're going to be very close. And if the line becomes a little bit more expansive than expected, they could certainly roll through parts of Omaha with the potential for some damaging hail and wind as we head into the evening hours. Right now, though, it's still pretty pleasant with relatively light winds out there as well. Temperatures generally in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees. So over the next several hours, let's get the current forecast on here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what things may look like here as we head through the evening hours. So right now, the storms are still well off to the west and northwest of any part of our viewing area, certainly west of Norfolk and Columbus right now. By 5 o'clock, likely seeing those storms getting a little bit closer to Norfolk and Columbus. Notice the movement of these storms to the south and east. So by 6 to 6:30, likely looking at any storms moving through Norfolk and Columbus, approaching York and Seward, perhaps Schuyler and David City in that area as well. We may have some rain near the Omaha Metro by 6 to 7 o'clock, but you notice this is not quite as intense as what we're watching out here over central Nebraska, and this will continue to track to the south and east, potentially bringing that into the Omaha, Lincoln area by about 7 to 7:30. And again, if this becomes a more expansive line, that could potentially impact parts of Omaha. But right now, the latest data continues to keep most of this activity just to the south and west of Omaha. Perhaps another line of storms trying to develop behind that initial line, but that seems less likely. We're mostly focused on that initial wave of storms that comes through. And then we'll watch for maybe some scattered thunderstorms just kind of lingering through about 10, 11 o'clock. But the strongest storms will likely be exiting the area by 10 to 11 o'clock with just some lingering showers, perhaps a couple of rumbles of thunder out there through midnight or 2 a.m. But you notice the intensity drops off very quickly after 10 o'clock, and it's all out of here later tonight. So the highest rain chances will be coming through between about 7 and 10 o'clock here for the Omaha Metro. Should be mostly out of here by midnight, and will dry out here as we head through the rest of the overnight with temperatures that will drop back into the lower 60s by the time we get to tomorrow morning. Still have a chance for some spotty showers here on your Saturday as well, especially during the afternoon. That should keep Saturday a little bit cooler than what we are seeing today, with highs in the mid to upper 70s as opposed to the 80s. Plenty of sunshine on Sunday. Looks like a very nice day, dry out there with a high of about 80 degrees. Perhaps a little cooler on Monday as well, with highs in the 70s. But plenty of sunshine out there. And then as we look through the rest of the 10-day forecast, things start to get a little bit warmer as we head toward the middle of next week. By Tuesday, talking highs in the low 80s. By Wednesday, highs in the mid to upper 80s. And by Thursday, we may have our first 90 of the year here in the Omaha Metro, just in time for the College World Series. Looks like Thursday and Friday both quite warm with highs right around 90 degrees. There is a chance for some thunderstorms either Friday night or Saturday night. So of course, here as we start off the College World Series, there will be at least a couple of chances for some thunderstorms, but it certainly looks very warm and humid there as we head into the College World Series next week. But we'll go ahead and pull things back to what we are looking at right now with that severe thunderstorm watch out in central Nebraska that goes until 9 o'clock. That does include Norfolk and Columbus. We'll likely see additional severe thunderstorm watches issued throughout the evening hours as these storms continue to progress to the south and to the east. But again, they are tracking southeast right now and likely to make more of a southeasterly turn here as we head through the evening hours. So From Columbus to Lincoln, down toward Beatrice and Pawnee City to Tecumseh Falls City, want you to be prepared for some potentially very strong storms here between about 7 and 11 o'clock this evening. May just clip the southwest side of the Omaha metro. If storms arrive here in town, likely between about 7 and 8 o'clock this evening for the strongest of those storms. And we'll just have some spotty shower and thunderstorm activity through about midnight or 2 a.m., but those storms should not be severe during that time frame. So that's how things are looking right now with those thunderstorms that are still off to our west. Do want to go ahead and show you the strongest storms right now. We can see a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's get in a little bit closer there to northern Nebraska. All this activity is still well off to our west, but you can see one pretty strong storm that's just southeast of Thedford. Thedford is right in there. Looks like it's just northwest of Victoria. And that severe thunderstorm warning includes the potential for up to golf ball sized, wow. Okay, so now we are talking about tennis ball sized hail here with this thunderstorm just west of Dunning, Nebraska, northwest of Broken Bow. So that's some very large hail. I think the hail size will come down as these storms get a little bit closer to the Omaha metro. Also have a strong storm here just south of Ainsworth, approaching Highway 7 there in northern Nebraska. That storm also likely producing some large hail. This one up to about $half size, so that's 1 1/4 inches right there. But a couple of pretty strong storms out there in central Nebraska. And again, if we put a storm track on those, moving to the southeast, about 40 to 45 miles an hour, brings it into the Columbus area between about 5:30 and 6 o'clock, and then into the Omaha metro between 7 and 8 o'clock. Similar timing there for Lincoln. Likely around 8 to 9 o'clock for Beatrice and Tecumseh. So we'll just have to kind of monitor the progress of these thunderstorms. They have developed a little bit farther to the west and northwest than initially anticipated earlier this morning. So that's a bit of a good trend for the Omaha metro, as this southeastward motion will likely keep these, at least initial thunderstorms, just to the west and southwest of Omaha. But if they manage to kind of become a larger line here, or manage to track a little bit farther east, that could certainly bring some of those thunderstorms into the Omaha metro, which I'm actually covering up with the picture right there. So let me get that off there. So you can actually see the path here, likely taking these strong thunderstorms to the east and then eventually to the southeast as we head through the rest of the evening hours. So again, that brings it into the Columbus area between about 5:30 and 6 o'clock most likely, and then into the Lincoln and Omaha areas by 7 to 8 o'clock, and then Beatrice to Tecumseh by 8 to 9 o'clock this evening. So should be rolling through pretty quickly. It's not going to last all evening. And until those storms arrive, likely around 7, 8 o'clock, we should have some pretty good weather out there. So if you do have some outdoor plans, I think you're going to be okay through 6, 7 o'clock. After that, certainly keep an eye to the sky. And if you hear thunder, it's time to head indoors. So that's how things are looking right now, and we will certainly keep you updated here through the rest of the evening. We will have news coming up here during the 4 o'clock hour. Chief Meteorologist Emily Roller will have the latest updates there once the 4 o'clock news begins, as tennis continues to wrap up here this afternoon. So we will certainly have you covered as these storms roll our way. But at the moment, things are quiet here around the Omaha metro, and not expecting any thunderstorms in our neck of the woods until 7 to 8 o'clock this evening. Could have a spotty shower before that, but it does not look like we're going to have anything severe until that point in time. So we'll keep you updated, and certainly if anything changes, we will get that pushed out to you quickly as we head through the rest of the evening.